This is Tampa Home Talk, and we are so glad you are here. Thanks for coming back and hanging with us for another couple of hours this Friday morning. And before we dive in, Leo, I have to admit something to our listeners, because I don't want you guys to think for a minute if you reached out that we did not respond. We just found out that our APS has not been working.
Wait, so when people were texting and calling 813-377-2775, that was 813-377-2775.
It was broken. The link was disconnected, and that equated back to a hacked debit card that happened about a month ago. So apparently it was shortly after that. It's one of those things that doesn't get paid every month. That's like once a year. And so it was weird timing. And yeah. So if you guys called or text us
at 813-377-2775, that's 813-377-2775.
And we did not respond, that is why. So please reach out.
At 813-377-2775. That's 813-377-2775.
What's the number, Sam? You got it?
813-377-2775.
There you go. All right. So yeah, just wanted to let our listeners know, because I wouldn't want anyone to think for a minute that we just ignored them or didn't call back. But we tried to retrieve the messages and could not. So
how long has this been down?
Admittedly, I think at least 3 weeks, unfortunately.
I guess it's a good thing that we got a little lax at saying 813-377-2775 on the air.
Yes, but we did have some guests in, remember, and I'm pretty sure that we probably had some calls for them. So if you've tried to reach us and we didn't respond, that's why.
813-377. Yep. I can stop saying the number now.
All right, last time you already started.
2775.
Oh, that was so broken. All right, we'll give that out again before.
813-377-2775. This is Leo Kane with Beryl Engineering and Inspection.
Yes, and I'm your host, Katrina Madewell. We have a couple of guests in the studio today. We've got one right now, another one calling in, and we're going to talk to Sam Johnston with Sylvan Ramble Lights. Is that right?
That's right, exactly.
And in just a few minutes when we come back after the first break. But before we get into that, let's talk all about the numbers. So let's chat about where we are this week over last week. Look at that.
Happened?
That's exactly what I told you was coming. Leo is okay. So let's put it in perspective and talk about last week and then this week.
So new listings were up 150, which is nice.
Yeah, last week they were 1,055.
And this week they're 1,137.
1,137.
So I'm happy about that. We got a bunch of more new listings. Pending's about the same. We're about 1675, so we still have more disappearing than appearing.
Yes.
But it's like, did the mortgage companies wake up? Did the underwriters come back from their secret Illuminati grotto? I mean, we have sold at almost 1,800.
That's the pending numbers we were seeing in prior weeks. So last week, we had 1,289 sold properties, and this week, 1,799. And we got a few more added to that list today.
That is so much higher than the number of that coming into the market.
I know. That's what I've been saying.
This isn't sustainable. This is not sustainable.
It's not. So
this is like overfishing the salmon. The bears are going to starve.
I mean, here's the thing. This is not the market of 2008. I've said this a million times, but it is not. The difference is, think about that. In 2008, I was around. Were you here in 2008? I forget if we talked about that.
I was doing Hurricane Ike cleanup work,
so
I missed the whole collapse.
Okay. So essentially in 2008, what you had, when you just think about let's just break it down into basic economics, right? So you're saying
supply and demand.
Correct. So this is not sustainable. The number of 1,799 sold and only 1,137 coming on the market, you're right, it's not. The difference between the way the numbers appear now and the way they did in 2008 is we had a ton of people that were buying that were not qualified. So literally, I've shared this story a couple times on the air, but I remember when the housing market, this was probably around, 2010, maybe 2011, I had a gentleman that came to me and he said, yeah, I think I need help selling these properties. I don't know what to do. I'm in default on all of them. And I'm like, okay, tell me a little bit about yourself. We start talking. The guy owns 5 properties. 5.
Works at Publix.
Works at Denny's as a cook.
Okay, I was going to say Publix as a checkout person.
Yeah, close enough. And owned 5 properties. And so when I did the math and I started looking at it, I'm like, this guy doesn't even qualify for one of these homes, let alone 5.
So what's going on here? Because this is a classic case of my friend gives me 1 apple a week, and I'm giving my friends 2 apples a week. Where are all these apples coming from? This isn't sustained. This is what I mean by sustainability.
People are moving here in droves, and the builders cannot keep up. We're seeing the increases in their prices, which we did in 2008.
In their quality.
I'm not disagreeing, but there's a lot of pressure under the builders to, perform and build faster than ever. So I know that there's some jobs down, right? Quite a bit. Like if you're in entertainment or anything like that, like someone was talking about Disney, that there's no characters even right now, apparently at Disney.
And the bumper that we get around 8:00 said that the airlines are laying off.
The airlines are laying off. I heard that yesterday a lot. And so you have businesses like that, it'll be a long, slow recovery if they ever come back the same. Because I don't think people, quite frankly, are going to travel like they did.
Yeah, they will. We have global amnesia at an epic proportion.
We do, but I will tell you, I'm looking at myself, right? And like everything since the last actual conference I went to was Family Reunion, major conference for Keller Williams in February. Last one we went to. And then I had travel also in January, went to my quarterly San Diego. When I look at all of that and the fact that every other meeting that I normally would travel for, from March on, has been done virtually, including one I've been in for the last 2 days online.
The minute companies can go back to wasting money to spend down their taxes and give themselves vacations, they're going to do it.
Some will, yes. But I will tell you, for me, in a market like this, where we are busier than we've ever been, I will elect to not travel for a lot of those trips, at least half of them.
Well, that's because you don't want a vacation.
Well, I mean, it's a little bit of a getaway, and it is work, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit of both. But when we're as busy as we are, like I'm looking at so many things that I would not have gotten done if I was on a flight at another location, coming back a couple days later. And,
I'm just saying global amnesia is going to kick in at some point. It already has to some extent. I mean, I was in Daytona last weekend, and restaurants, no one's wearing masks. They're all like, we're not talking about the Mardi Gras pictures style that we see that the New York Times is saying that the state of Florida is. But I mean, no one was wearing masks. Restaurants were at full capacity. Everyone was just out and about like it was normal.
Well, we went to phase 3 this week.
No, actually, we went past phase 3. Phase 3 would have been 75% capacity and some lighter restrictions.
And apparently so, because I'm seeing booths all right next to each other.
We didn't go phase 3. We lifted.
We just opened.
We pretty much just opened. Again, there are some restrictions, but yeah, what the original phase 3 we talked about in April was, we went just way past it. And I'm not saying it's wrong, and I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying global amnesia is already kicking in these more rural areas of Florida, where they just don't care. It can't happen to them.
I think there's still a percent, and I'm not really freaked out by the COVID thing personally. I mean, people have different opinions on it. That's mine. I think it's real, but I think it's been over exploited by the media, if you will, and, just overdone, like overzealous. And so, I mean, I think in some capacity, I'll do some things different. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm never going to travel again. I'm just saying that, if you can have the option to have the same experience for less money digitally and not have to travel, it's a lot of opportunity. For me, I've got huge goals. I mean, like this year, my goal is to pay off my house. So I'm not spending any extra money that I don't have to, really. And so the fact that I'm also not traveling makes my bottom line higher at the end of the month, which means my bonus is higher, which means I'm closer to paying off my house.
Nice. But you don't use your bonus to hire more people, attraction coordinators?
Not yet, because my thinking is I've been doing this for so long, and I would rather be able to retain the people that we have when the market shifts and be able to take our unfair share of the business when the market shifts than to have to worry about whatever. So, I mean, if I personally as an owner don't have to worry about, my paycheck or a lot of the bills because I don't have any debt, then it's just going to put us in a lot different position.
True.
So, and the office building, redoing it on 10 years. So.
Yeah, you're doing it the Dave Ramsey way, because we're a Money Talk partner. We're Tampa Home Talk of the Money Talk, and we believe in a debt-free existence.
Yeah, I mean, well, some debt's good, right? I mean, let me be careful the way I say that. Money is so cheap right now, it's hard to justify spending all your cash.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Money is very cheap right now, and I've used money to pay off more expensive money recently because money is so cheap.
Yeah, and that makes sense. But still, if you can pick no debt versus some debt, even a cheap money, I'm going to go with none.
Yeah, I agree with you.
All right, it's Tampa Home Talk. It's been a fun hour. And when we come back after the break, we're going to chat a little bit with Sam Johnson. We're going to talk about Sylvan Ramble Lights. And it's October already. And this is Tampa Home Talk. We'll be back in a minute.
Well, good morning. Welcome back. This is Adam Talley with Talley Insurance. Your 2-minute tip of the week.
That was close. That was really good.
Was it convincing? Did I confuse everyone?
I feel like our listeners probably know that it's not Adam, but that was close.
I went a little nasally on my voice to get the higher pitch.
You did.
I think I could have nailed it. Actually, this is Leo Kane with Beryl Engineering and Inspection. I miss Adam. Where is he this morning?
I don't know. I think he's been busy. I know we've been keeping him on his toes, pushing some insurance his way, and
Yeah, so
trying
I guess,
to keep him busy.
Guess this 2-minute tip of the week is if you don't have insurance, you should get insurance.
That's at 8:45, I believe he's calling.
Okay, never mind. Maybe he's not listening. I know if he's listening, he'll definitely chime in about
the engineer trying to give the insurance tip. I love it.
You need insurance. Right. It's engineering, black and white. You need insurance.
If you've been thinking about selling and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know where to start. I hope I can find another home. Give me some options. Give me a call. We can help because a lot of times we will be able to let you know what's coming on the market. Like right now we have, I think 7 or 8 that are getting ready to go live. Like 2 are being photographed today. We literally can't get the pictures back fast enough. One of them is on the water. Amazing property. It's only 300 on the water, like open water. And a beautiful little place. Really is. And
Pat's got a place on the water. Oh, wait, that's a sinkhole.
Oh, stop. I've got another property that's only 2 years old. Nothing available in that neighborhood at all. Meadow Point 4. It's going to go quick. It's low 400s.
That's going to go real fast.
So if you're looking or you know someone it is and they just have not been able to find a property, or you want to sell your home but you are afraid you're not going to be able to find one because there's only 1,100 properties on the market and almost 1,800 selling, call or text us. Text COZY
to 813-377-2775. That's text the word COZY. C is in Charlie, 0 is in 0, Z is in zebra, and Y is
Don't listen to Leo. Just text whatever you want. That's fine.
I'm done.
We do a good job, though, like really helping our people. We're silly sometimes on the air, but we're serious when we need to be. And so we have a lot of fun, but we are set on getting you guys top dollar. I mean, like Patty, remember we had Patty and Ernest in the studio. We got 29 offers on their place.
And I'm set on inspecting a good home.
Yeah, they listen to Tampa Home Talk regularly, and they had called me, months and months in advance. We did a lot of preparation work together, and it's funny, every single seller that tells me, I followed your instructions to the T, to the letter. I followed everything you and your team told me to do. Always multiple offers, sells first weekend, over at list. Always. And we're at the upper end of the price.
Nice.
Every time.
Awesome.
So anyway, we love you guys. Call or text if you need some help. 813-377-2775.
We've been threatening to put Sam on the air now.
We're jumping on over to
from
Sam.
Sylvan Ramble Lights. We've been threatening this, and he's
here waiting patiently.
He's been smiling, and he's been saying, hi, I can't wait to do this for the last 20 minutes. So why don't we bring him on board?
So you do a holiday light show, right?
This is exciting.
Halloween and Christmas.
Oh, Halloween and Christmas.
Yes.
Okay. And so tell us a little bit about it. Like, where's the location?
So it's in South Tampa in the neighborhood Beach Park.
Okay.
Right just south of Kennedy off of West Shore.
Gosh, is there any room there to do?
There is.
Where is it in Beach Park? Because I know that area. There's just not a lot of land there.
Yeah, so it's 1 block south of Swan Circle, south of Swan.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I know where Swan Circle is. It's like a little park in the middle, and it's a little circle. You just go around.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about this, too, because on your website, you guys collect donations, right, for local and non-local organizations?
Yeah, so every year we select a local nonprofit and collect donations or physical goods for that nonprofit. This year we selected Close to Kids, the nonprofit based here in the Tampa Bay area, and they provide low or no-cost clothing to low-income school-aged children.
Oh, wow.
Are these clothes that are wrapped in lights?
They're not, but that would be cool.
Like the ugly sweaters. You know the ugly sweaters that light up?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about it. Like, how big is it? Are you guys doing anything different for COVID? What can people expect? That sort of stuff.
Yeah, so we've doubled the amount of lights from last year. So if anyone listening has seen our show last year, we've exactly doubled the amount of lights from last year. Wow. We're now at about 16,000 lights, and these aren't traditional Christmas lights that have, 100 or 200 per string. These are much brighter and bigger Christmas lights that can be any color, on, off at any time. So
do you have Christmas lights out already or not yet?
Oh, yes. Yes,
wow.
Almost everything is already out. The first show starts October 9th, so just a week from today.
Now, this is paid, right?
No, it's free.
It's free. So
we just asked if you enjoyed the show to leave a donation for Close to Kids.
So you guys actually, is it at your home? Do you guys put it on?
Exactly, yeah.
Wow. I can't wait to see it. I want to check it out.
Yeah, no, I think I have seen it without realizing what it was.
So let me ask you this. Like, how much does your electric bill go up?
So because they're LED lights, not much. Only about $40, $50 for the entire show.
So if they weren't LED, how much would that be?
Probably a few hundred to
That's
$1,000.
what I was thinking, yeah.
For each show. So
Well, not for each show, for the season.
it's for the season.
Yeah. No, will you leave? So tell me about it. Is it one of these ones where like you tune into the radio and there's like music playing and that flashes with the lights?
So yeah, there's music that the lights are synchronized to music. This year, because of COVID, we have an FM transmitter, so you can stay in your car and listen to it the radio. You probably won't get as good of a view as if you stand out on the sidewalk, but that's an option for people that want to do that.
And so did you open your home up to people or was always drive by and see the lights?
It's all outside. Nothing's
Okay.
inside, and just the front of the house.
So do you have a lot of people like walk through or most people driving?
Most people drive to see it, other than the people in the immediate neighborhood. Most people drive to see it. Last year we had about 2,000 people come by.
Wow.
Can you tell us where it's at again?
Yeah, the address is 4412 West Sylvan Ramble Street, Tampa, Florida, 33609. It's in Beach Park, right just south of Kennedy, off of West Shore.
Now, what do your neighbors think about this? All this traffic, right? South Tampa's a little different area.
So far they all like it. The traffic can get a little hectic, but sometimes we're out there controlling traffic. So far we haven't had any complaints, which is good. Fingers
And where is
crossed for
that?
this year.
Wait, one more time with the address.
So South Tampa.
4412 West Sylvan Ramble Street,
And you said that starts October 9th?
October 9th.
So what day is October 9th? Today's
Next
what?
Friday.
The 2nd.
Next Friday.
So
Next
next
A
Friday.
week from today.
Oh, wow. All right. And so what did you guys do last year? So you're collecting clothes this year.
Clothes
What did you
and
do
money,
last
yep.
year?
We actually did Close to Kids last year as well.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
So how did that go? Tell us how much clothing did you get?
So we got, I think, 2 bales of clothes and then about $2,000, just over $2,000.
Now, do you guys donate the money to the kids as well?
So the money goes to help operate Close to Kids.
Got
It doesn't, it doesn't get passed on to the shoppers at the store, but it goes on to operate. Yep.
Well, it's a lot. It's a lot of work, I'm sure, to set that up. I mean, how long does it take you guys to set that up?
It takes about 6 weeks of physical setup, and we start planning back in June. And
Now,
programming the lights.
is this your place, or do you live there? Is it you and your parents?
It's
or?
me and my parents.
Okay.
Yep.
And how long have you guys been doing this?
So the light show we've been doing this is our 3rd year, but before that, for Halloween, we did a haunted house, which we phased out because it got too popular, and so this is kind of a tangent off of that.
So you guys figured instead of doing Halloween, we're just going to set up early for Christmas.
There you go. That's exactly right.
We'll just go straight. This year for Halloween, I think it's going to be interesting. I don't know that people are actually going to be.
Everyone will already be wearing masks.
Well, yeah, I don't think
The
they're
ninja will be a very popular costume.
Do you think people are actually going to be trick or treating though?
I think the ninja is going to be a popular costume.
Perhaps not. You know what I think is going to I've heard some people say this already. They're going to dress up as Tiger King or Carol Baskin. Have you heard that?
Yeah, you almost got me when you said Carol Baskins. There is a standard response to that, and you almost got me, and Pat would have had to hit the dump button.
Oh boy. Yeah.
I think there'll be less trick-or-treaters this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, less. I'm really curious about this year. I know I heard that the companies are actually putting all the candy out early in hopes that people will buy it sooner because they don't want to get stuck with a bunch of candy, and they're expecting people really.
I can't possibly see. Well, like Florida is the Wild West, according to the New York Times. But I mean, I couldn't expect other states.
Well, that's the New York Times.
I couldn't expect blue states to have a lot of trick-or-treaters, as we call them.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know that it's a blue-red thing. I think people are just weird about it this year. I just don't see it.
I would be surprised if there was a high volume of trick-or-treaters. I mean, in my neighborhood, we usually get 2 or 3 batches of kids a year, so we're not.
I was wondering, what it's like to trick or treat in Ybor City. Do you get kids?
Well, we're not in Ybor, so we're kind of in the residential area right outside of Ybor. So no, we don't really get kids. I mean, we're shocked. We'll have candy.
I mean, that area is for hipsters like you and your wife with no kids.
We occasionally get, like I said, 2 or 3 batches of kids, and those kids get loaded up because I know if there's any candy left, wife uses as an excuse to load up with candy. I know if there's any candy left, she's going to eat it. I'm mindful of her weight, so I give these kids handfuls of gobs of candy. I'm like, oh, a kid, here you go.
Like, if I lived in your neighborhood, I don't even think I'd buy candy. I'd be like, here's $5, trick or treat. But then you'd probably have a whole bunch of kids coming if they knew you were giving out cash.
No. They and it's funny because I'm throwing so much candy in these kids' bags, the parents' eyes are getting wide because they're like, yeah, we'll trick or treat in this neighborhood.
Not paying the dentist bill.
They won't get a lot of candy, and then I'm like, it's just a child. Candy. And then next thing you know, their parents are wide-eyed. My wife's complaining that I gave away all the dark chocolate, and we're good to go.
Well, you guys definitely go check out Sam's place, Sylvan Ramble Lights. They're at 4412 West Sylvan Ramble, just south of the Swan Avenue Park.
That's right.
And they'll be all set up next Friday.
And bring ugly sweatshirts to donate.
So you can walk through or drive. Right?
Yeah, you can drive by, park your car on the street.
Right.
If you do that,
stick around. Tampa Home Talk. We'll be back.
Well, good morning. Welcome back. This is Leo Kane with Beryl Engineering and Inspection. I'm joined with our production coordinator who is doing some weird lip sync service to us, and I don't actually know what she's saying. And Katrina with Tampa Home Talk and Keller Williams.
That's me. Good morning, and thanks for joining us. We've had some great guests on already.
Yeah, speaking of great guests, we have Sierra Gallagher with Gallagher Pumpkins and Trees.
We do. How are you this morning, Sierra?
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
Good. We were getting a little chatty off air and almost came right into the
I thought pumpkins grows on vines, but you sell pumpkin trees?
No.
No, pumpkins and Christmas trees, silly.
Oh, sorry. The show notes. It said pumpkin trees.
He just can't read this morning.
Definitely do grow
Where do you
on
see pumpkin trees? Where do you see that?
The Charlie Brown?
I see pumpkins and trees, not pumpkin trees.
So, Sierra, how did your family get into selling pumpkins and trees?
So honestly, it's my husband's family. They've been doing it for 33 years here in St. Petersburg. I just kind of adopted into it about 6 years ago. I feel like I've become the face of it now. My husband's pushed me into that position.
So I hear you have a really cool story about the pumpkins and how you guys maybe initially acquired them. Is that right?
Well, honestly, my husband, like I said, his family's been in it for a really long time, and they like to work with the Amish up north. So we do have a lot of Amish farmers that grow our product for us, and it's pretty cool when you get to go up there and kind of break bread at their table with them. It's a whole different experience. It's like stepping into another world.
Wow. So how do you get the pumpkin? I mean, they're Amish, and they do a lot of things by horse and buggy. So how do you get the pumpkins from them to here?
Yeah, we do have to bring them in by the semi-load. So we bring in quite a few semi-loads in every year.
Oh, and they're fine with that?
So we go up there to the farm and, load them on up and bring them down. We even wash them. Like, it's kind of silly. They're washed by hand to make sure they're all clean when they get down here.
Are they organic? Are they larger than your standard pumpkin? Like, if I compare one of your pumpkins grown on an Amish farm to one from, like, let's say, Publix or Walmart, are they going to be bigger, riper?
Stores.
Yeah,
they are different. There's a big difference. Just because of the quality of the pumpkin, I know exactly what I'm getting. You are going to get all around a better quality. So, but they're going to range in size, and I do carry several different types. So there's not just going to be your one standard jack-o'-lantern orange pumpkin like you probably would see at the big box stores. At my location, I have gourds and heirlooms and pumpkins called knuckleheads that have these funny, silly warts all over them. It's pretty cool.
This is awesome. So, yeah, because you go to the store, you're only going to find the jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. But in actuality, there's, 400 different species of gourd and pumpkin?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, pumpkin's just one type.
There's a lot.
I know we, for many, many years, like this year we're not doing it, but for many years we normally do a fall festival. And we rent out a whole farm for our people, and we will buy pumpkins. We will get pumpkins in and give every family that comes a pumpkin. And a couple of times we've actually went to go pick up the pumpkins ourselves, like literally rented a big open van and got the pumpkins. And I remember one time the lady we were buying it from, it was like a porcelain pumpkin. It was like pink. It was kind of different. And she's like,
I have some of those.
You do? She said, this is like a squash. It makes amazing soup, and you can use it like zucchini. And we did. I made some soup out of it. I made some food out of it, and it was really incredible. It was sweet.
I don't think people know how good pumpkin really is for them. I feel like it's an underground thing. Pumpkins are super, super good for you. Very healthy.
I love the
and
seeds.
Everything.
The seeds are delicious.
So I tell you, I bake every year. I have since I was probably maybe 12, 13 years old. I've baked pumpkin pie, like fresh from the pumpkin. Literally, the first year I made it, I was like 12, and it was stringy. It was so bad. And then I got better and better and better. And so literally I make pies, bread, all kinds of pumpkin stuff.
Speaking of pie,
I even made a pumpkin pasta last year, and it was so freaking good.
I've had pumpkin pasta and squash
you might
pasta
have to
before.
Send me that. That sounds so good.
I just like concocted it, so I'm gonna have to actually write down the recipe. And yeah, it was really good. Maybe we can trade some pumpkin for some food.
Speaking of pie, I'm on your website and I see I can order a pie. What's going on here?
Yeah, so I was going to say, it's kind of funny you brought that up because I do work with a local bakery that is baking me some pies this year. So we offer pumpkin pies and then a chocolate bourbon pecan pie, which is really good. And then I called her up and I was like, hey, listen, like I'm totally into the pumpkin cheesecake thing. Do you think we could make some type of parfait, maybe put it in a mason jar? And she's putting that together for me, and I'll have this available this weekend.
Oh my gosh, I want to try that. Pumpkin parfait.
I got to show up immediately. Where are some of your locations?
So actually we only have one location right now. We're up on 4th Street. The address is 7401 4th Street North in St. Petersburg. I mean, you can't miss us when you drive by.
So 7401 4th Street North in St. Pete?
Yeah.
It's just south of the radio station.
4th and 74th.
So do you have both pumpkins and trees available right now, or are you just all in on the pumpkin?
It's too bad we're not over at Beasley, because Pat tells me they're like right there by the station.
Right nearby the station.
Would go right there.
Yeah, the Christmas trees are actually still growing. They're at the farm. So I would say one big thing that kind of sets us apart from your big box stores is the simple fact that we don't cut everything early. You know, from the second our trees get cut, for instance, our Christmas trees, they're cut at the farm, and then they're here within 24 to 48 hours. I mean, I get our trees with snow still on them. They're so fresh. And, I feel like that's something unique. Like, we drill them in the bottom. We stand them up in water. We make sure they're really well taken care of. So when you come in, you're getting a very fresh experience. Like, I've tried to create the farm here in the city.
What kind of smell can I expect when I walk into that tree farm?
Oh, pine. It's definitely like the Fraser firs are probably the most potent smelled ones. So you're definitely going to smell the Fraser firs.
How big is the space that you guys have the trees and stuff on?
I don't know the exact square footage, but I don't know if you're familiar with the area, but there's the Winn-Dixie right there, and there's the Dunkin' Donuts, and there's the whole entire corner. I mean, I've taken up the whole entire corner.
Oh, wow.
Actually, we did find out that this year they're going to be building on that location.
Closed down now.
We've been at that location for 9 years straight, and we found out that they're going to be developing there, which at first I was like kind of sad about, and I was like, oh man, this really stinks, But my husband and I were talking about it. I feel like it's a good thing. I feel like we have a call. I want to build something at a different location to where it's permanent and I could offer more. I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm so limited because I just have to set up something temporary and then, tear it all down at the end of December. And
so you guys were renting the space?
Again, so
you were renting the space, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, oh God, I would love to own space on 4th Street, but yeah, we just rent it for right now because we only use it 3 months out of the year. So, but it's okay. We're going to move, and that place, that's to be determined where. You can follow us on social media, my Instagram and Facebook, to find out where we're going.
What's your Instagram? Because that's probably really cool, seeing a lot of the pumpkin stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So it's Gallagher's Pumpkins and Trees.
Okay, Gallagher's
can't
pumpkins
stick
trees.
the
Okay,
trees in
great.
there.
So,
If you want us to text you, her information, including Instagram, which is really cool, it's all photo based. Just call or text 813-377-2775, and we will send it to you with the correct spelling and the link. 813-377-2775. So talk about the photo shoot
yeah, are you
sessions.
doing the photo shoots this year because of the whole COVIDs? But I mean, we're in phase 3 now, so photo shoot away.
We're outside, so no masks are required. I do have people that come in. Obviously, it's at their discretion. But I have created, I wish you guys had my Instagram pulled up there. You should see the photo op areas are amazing. I created a pumpkin wall this year. And so it looks like a big, huge pumpkin wall, and you could stand in front of it and take the photos. I have all of the photo op areas available for everybody. I also have our pet goats there, so I think that's another big hit this year. You could come in and eat the goats.
What?
They're from a goat yoga farm. So they're super sweet. They're used to jumping up on people. Yeah, so a lot of people have come in and take pictures with them as well.
So what is it? It's Gallagher Pumpkins and Trees?
Yeah, Gallagher
I
Pumpkins
see
and
it.
Christmas trees
I see you
is
on
our
Instagram
name,
here.
but-
Okay.
That's a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
Oh my
Look
gosh.
at all those happy
I run our
people.
social media. I'm super proud of it, actually.
Yeah,
All those
she did
happy-
such a... Okay, so we got to describe this. We're on radio, so people can't see what we're seeing.
There's
but
a
we're looking
small
at little
child
girls,
dressed like
so
a pumpkin
cute.
holding a pumpkin.
No, it's so colorful though. So do you guys have the photographer there, or does someone need to...
Oh,
There's
look at
a
the
goat.
goats. It's the brown and white goat and the black and brown goat.
Oh, no, this must be you and your
I have a
husband.
photographer there.
No, they're
That is my husband and I.
Is that you with the teal shirt and the green shirt? You guys holding the goats?
they're holding kids.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
The technical term for that is kid. So they're holding kids.
Oh, that is so cute.
We're holding our kids.
Yeah, I love your pumpkin wall. She did was this made out of crates?
Yes. Yeah.
So she made this super creative, whole bunch of little shelf niches out of crates, all kinds of pumpkins. Really cute.
Multicolored pumpkins. We've got white pumpkins, blue pumpkins, yellow pumpkins, orange pumpkins, red flat pumpkins, green pumpkins, fat yellow pumpkins. We've got...
How long does it take you to
Wow,
set
that
this
wall
up?
is too big for me to describe.
It's like the size of a
Let me
house.
tell you, my husband. I had my husband up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning doing that.
He's probably happy with you about that. So he's she's taking this whole thing to a whole new extreme.
Is that goat wearing garlic?
I just feel like I want to create a farm in the city so much, and I've had multiple people now come in and tell me, I really see your personality come through in this area, and that's just who I am. If you look at those pictures, that's really me.
So again, if you want to go find the pumpkin farm, it's at 7401 4th Street North in St. Petersburg. They have an array of, looks like dogs, goats, pumpkins, and soon-to-be Christmas trees when they stop growing and they get cut.
So tell me, Sierra, do you need reservations to come in for the photo shoot?
So I was gonna touch base on that. So as far as the photo shoot goes, when you look at my website, I feel like some people may be confused about that because it does say that there's reservations needed for photographers. So now I will just take, pictures of your family. If you come in and you just ask me to take pictures, I'll take pictures of you guys no matter what. But if you want a full photo shoot, typically I'm having you bring in your photographer. So I have several photographers that, have already come on the website, scheduled their time to come in and do their mini sessions or whatever the case may be. And then that's how that works. I don't stand there all day and do photography. Typically, they just bring in their own photographer. So you don't need reservations just to come in and take pictures of your family.
So what are your hours? Are you open just on the weekends or what?
Oh, no. We're there from 9 to 9, 7 days a week.
Oh, wow. Wow. So is this what you do full time?
Yeah. October, November, December, that's primarily all we do. And then outside of that, my other job is pretty boring. I just sell private health insurance.
So you
I'm
got
a broker.
make up for it with the cute stuff. So can we give a few of our listeners either a photo shoot or a pumpkin or something?
Oh, yeah, that would be fun. Let's do something like that.
All right. So call or text pumpkin to 813.
Wait. We should probably do studio line, shouldn't we, for that?
No, just call or text 813-377.
2775. Text the word pumpkin.
Can we do it to the first three? listeners get a pumpkin or a photo shoot, and maybe both, we'll get you hooked up with
We'll get you a photo shoot of a pumpkin.
All right, we got a great photographer. So give me an idea real quick, because we're running out of time. What's an idea on the prices for the pumpkins? All right, hold on. Hold that thought. We'll be back. Hold on.
Okay.
Well, good morning. This is Leo Kane with Beryl Engineering and Inspection. Do we have Adam Talley on the phone yet?
Not yet. We're still with Sierra.
Oh, yeah, we need to
because
find
we
out how
ran
much-
out of time. He's calling back.
So we got 7401 4th Street North in St. Pete. We've got the Gallagher Pumpkins and Trees with an and. And I guess our listeners are going to want to know how much your pumpkins cost, and it's probably based on size. So can you give us a range of your costs so our listeners can know what it's like to pick up one of these Amish delights?
Yeah, it is based on size. I do have the mini small pumpkins, which are going to be about $1.50, and then their pumpkins are going to range all the way up to like $45, $50, depending on how big they go. I mean, I got some really big pumpkins this year, and huge stems. I know a lot of people love the big stems. That's pretty important. So
what about the average carving pumpkin? I'm going to get like 4 or 5 for my family. We're going to sit around the table and carve the crap out of them. And then we're going to put them on the front porch to watch them slowly degrade for the next 2 months.
Yeah, just your medium-sized basketball pumpkin. I would say your good carving pumpkin. You're going to be anywhere from $10 to $15.
It's comparable.
Yeah.
It's very comparable.
Regina was saying she's never carved a pumpkin. Our favorite Aussie.
Yeah.
All right, Sierra, definitely go check them out. They're at 7401 4th Street North in St. Pete. If you want their information or their Instagram, just text us. Text pumpkin to 813-377-2775. You can also call. We'll give you the info, 813-377-2775. Thanks so much, Sierra, for joining us. We'll have to have you in person next time.
Bye, you guys. Thank you.
All right, so I know
have a good day.
You too. Adam Talley's coming up next with his final insurance tip of the week.
Really? We're going to have him back on the air? He was on the air during the first segment.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
That was Leo.
Oh, no, you're right. It was second segment.
All right, he's here.
All right, so we have Adam. Thank you, Adam. We ran a little over with our guest.
Adam. No worries. I'm excited for pumpkin season. I need to go buy one myself to start carving. So that's exciting. So I'll probably go head over there.
I think our guests were supposed to be like on the air, and then or they were supposed to be bringing us pumpkins. From what I understand,
wanted pumpkins in the studio. That would have made my morning.
That was the plan. That's what they were supposed to do.
That's the only reason why I'm sitting here. I wasn't going to come in this morning, but I'm like,
that would have been really nice.
I need my pumpkin.
So a lot of our people I know follow us on Facebook, so I'm going to put their link on there.
That's good.
Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, I was just impressed. The sizes and the shapes and the colors of the pumpkins were not to be trifled with.
So, Adam, what's going on with you?
By the way, I thought Leo's Adam Talley voice was a little weak,
Oh, he was listening.
It wasn't nasally enough for you, Adam?
Oh, yeah. Nope. You gotta work on that. Leo. But anyways, tip of the week this week, and I've said it before, but I feel like it's been quite some time since I've mentioned it. But I want to remind people that you get a big discount on auto insurance if you quote into the future. So what I mean by that is, let's say you come to me today, right, and you want an auto quote. Well, if I quote you and we put the effective date for tomorrow, your rate's going to be way higher than if I quote you today with an effective date of 10 days or so from now.
All right,
so
why
thinking about shopping
is
your
that?
auto insurance,
Let's talk about that. Why?
It's early. Well, I mean, it's the discount's called an advance quote discount, and I think what they've shown through the numbers is, the people that shop early, that aren't trying to rush it at the last minute, tend to be more responsible. So, less accidents, better drivers, better credit. It just everything just all goes together that way. So it's important.
That's kind of tricky because if I'm buying a new vehicle, I need to get insurance at the dealership before I can leave the lot with it. So I can't take advantage of this potential thousands of dollars of savings.
Well, unless it's your very first, unless that's your very first car, you're not getting a new policy every time you get a new car. You're just switching out the vehicles on your current policy.
So you're saying if someone's getting a new policy, quote it in the future. Is that the same for homeowners?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, is it the same for homeowners?
No. So homeowners doesn't have that same effect. The only reason you would want to shop a little earlier on your homeowners is, if you have as soon as you get that renewal, it's going to be 45, 60 days before your renewal date. That would be the time to shop it because, if you're escrow billed, you want to have enough time to let the mortgage company know so they're sending the check to the right company, and all that. Not that it can't, not that policies can't be canceled and refunds sent back and all that stuff. That happens all the time. It's just, then you're in that limbo period with your escrow account for a few weeks while the money's, floating around in the mail.
Speaking of which, Katrina doesn't have an escrow.
Do it on homeowners, but there's no discount.
She needs to pay a premium.
There you go.
Let's do with Adam. Isn't that soon?
Yeah, I'm sorry, what?
I said, speaking of escrow, Katrina doesn't have one of those, and don't I need to pay a policy renewal soon?
Oh, yeah, that's you got a couple weeks on that, though. It is this month, though.
Okay.
So have you been shopping
so
her
that's
insurance
because I
around to
would
get her a lower
definitely
rate?
shop early.
He did shop it. He said he couldn't do any better.
I have.
You know,
property rates went up this year, and her policy stayed pretty flat, which I was happy about.
It did. He did redo it last year though, when it went down. Like it was high. It was.
Yeah.
He got me more and better coverage for less money.
And I'm impressed that he was able to keep your rates
That's
near the
always the
same
goal.
because this is the worst hurricane season since 2005 with number of storms, and we're actually going to surpass 2005 if we get one more storm.
Wasn't it a few dollars higher? I thought it was. Not a lot, but a little bit.
If it was within like $20, I think.
Oh,
it wasn't, nothing to raise the alarms about.
Nothing I should be complaining about.
So to Leo's point, with all the hurricanes, with the way the rating goes, these carriers, it's years in the making when it comes to rate changes. So what you're going to see with all the activity we've had this year is probably in 2022, you're going to see probably another increase because they're going to be trying to make up for everything that happened this year. So that's kind of what we're seeing now.
Why does it take so long?
We had all those storms 2 or 3 years ago, and that's kind of the process. It's because everything gets regulated through the state, so you have to, you have to go through that process, and coming up with the rates from a product side is not, it's not an overnight thing either. So it just takes time.
Got it. All right. So shop your car insurance early if you're looking for a new policy. It'll save you some money. Give yourself at least a week. 10 days, right?
Yes.
10 days minimum? 10 days ideal.
10 days is, 9 to 10 days is that's the sweet spot.
Awesome. Well, we missed you this week, Adam. We'll see you next week.
I miss you guys too. You guys are keeping me busy. That's why. So I gotta be at the office, slaving away here. So you guys keep up the good work. Appreciate it.
All right, this is Tampa Home Talk. We are wrapping up hour number 1. We'll be back hour number 2 with a couple of GWO authors. They are also releasing their book the same time as me, November 19th. So stick around. We'll be back for hour number 2 in just a minute. Love where you live. We'll be back in a minute.